just fucked up and lost all trust like, oh no.
Cut that.
Come on, man.
Man, if you don't know, what episode is 15?
It's got to be 15, I think.
Episode 15 on the Patio podcast.
Word.
We got my boy Young Westin here. Some of you may know him as Willie P. I know him as Willie P. That's how I first met him.
Facto.
And that's a Willie P joint right there.
Come on now, man. Talk to me, man. Come on.
That's when I first discovered you, and I know that's already later in your career.
Right.
But man, I forget. I think they were called like the Valley Crew or Valley Boys or some shit like that.
Right.
But I was following them, Cruz and
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, so I was following them, and then I seen you did a show for that.
Yeah, man. I did that shit's crazy, bro. That's crazy you even brought that up, man. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to the whole Valley Boys over there, man. I ain't talked to them in a minute.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, so I used to go by P, William P back in the day, just on some, was influenced by East Coast slang. If you a Willie, that means you a young man. If you a William, that means you a grown man. And Hov used to call himself William H. Fabulous used to call himself William F. You feel me? So just kind of took it to that. But I stepped away from music for 3 years. And that joint that you just played was my second record I ever did singing with autotune. And when I wanted to come back, I wanted to fuck around with the melody and the melodic shit. You feel me? Because by no means, respectfully, I'm not an R&B singer. You feel what I'm saying? I dropped a little 5-track EP called Vintage Porsche Interior. You feel me? In 2018. I hadn't did no music since 2015, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna drop this record called Phoenix Nights. I'm gonna shoot it with my boy Truly, who's always been a homie. Shout out to the boy Truly. Shout out by Truly. Linked up with all the music homies. Niggas popped out, and then I said, man, you know what? I'm really gonna do 4 or 5 tracks, and we're gonna do a little album release party. Did it at Block Studio. Invited all the music homies at that time I was still tapped in with. And bro, for me not even being in the music game for a minute, it was a solid turnout. It was for free. I had like 14 bottles of Hennesty in an ice chest. Everybody had a good time, faded, playing my music, just my type of time, bro. So that's dope that you was able to touch on it. Shortly after that, I changed my artist name to Young Westin.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's the first time I heard of you, and ever since then I've been tapped in.
Right.
But that specific EP, I was going through it at that time, right? Me and wifey at the time was going through it, and it was it definitely like put me in like my emotional state. Definitely like helped me through, like navigate through, because I could relate to whatever everything that you were saying, especially on that Hennesty song. Man, it was just like another level. Like, bro, there used to be times I'll be on driving down baseline, going back to the crib, and like just listening to you but crying, like you know what I'm saying, tearing up, like. Damn, this shit is.
Yeah, love, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it all the way banned with you, bro. During that time, I had just got out of my first like real, and I'm already a grown man at the time when I'm recording this. My first real relationship, I ain't never really believed in love. I didn't even want no part of it. And this was a shorty I was with, and shit just went south. We were together for a minute. And it was just motivation, and at that time, it wasn't really, not unless you was drizzy to really talk about your emotions 100%. on some rap and R&B shit. And I just got in my bag, and I let that pen bleed. You feel me? And the rest was history, man. So I'm glad you could relate to that shit, because it was definitely me being honest with myself and vulnerable, and just talking about the mistakes that had happened after that, and just kind of reflecting. So
yeah, you could definitely hear it in the music. You could definitely hear that vulnerability, and like you said at the time, the only person that was doing it was Drizzy.
Yeah,
and especially nobody here in the city.
No one was doing that.
And I think that's
shit,
why I navigated towards that so much. And then after that, I just kind of tapped in with you. And matter of fact, I didn't even think I tapped in with you. I just said, "Fuck it, I'm about to start." I started putting out mixes, and I just started putting you on.
Facts. I remember.
That's how I really got really like known in the city. Is I would just show love to everyone, just show love to the people that I felt was really doing it, and then that really just like, built my name up, and I wasn't even in the clubs or nothing.
Nah, man, you definitely had the wavy vibes, man, on all your mixes, man. So that shit was dummy.
Love. Hey. So, oh shit, my boy got out.
You good?
Yeah, he cool, man.
Go ahead.
He probably just gonna smell bear on me.
Get over here.
Oh, there go the TB.
Hey, so for everyone that don't know, everyone that hears the little dog in the background, this the little dog right here. He got out the cage.
All right, boy, what's up? Yeah, he probably smelled bear on me, man.
That's wild.
Better go cash with the dog.
Fuck it, we gonna continue.
Yeah, we gonna get it right.
Let's take it back to hey, go. Let's take it back to young Westin, right?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you grow up? Like, where'd you grow up? I know you. Everybody knows you from the East Side.
Yeah.
But what was like 5, 6, 7-year-old Westin? What was
Man,
that like?
You know, super hyper, always outside running around, getting into some shit. You feel me? Heavy, always influencing music. You know, that just gotta be, you know, all the credit to my mom and pop. My mom was always singing in the crib, you know, always singing. I grew up heavy off West Coast influenced music. You know, my pop was always bumping. Obviously heavy Tupac, NWA, West Side Connection. You feel me? And
that's crazy that you say that. Not to cut you off. That's crazy that you say that your biggest influence was West Coast music. Because when I listen to you like really rap and not on the singing shit, it's more like to me it's more East Coast influence.
Facts. So when my pop went through his shit with the at that time West Coast East Coast beef was super active. It was really outside. You know what I'm saying? I told myself like he would just be like, ain't no Biggie in here, no Nas in here, you know. And not till I got a little bit older, I started fucking with my first East Coast album. I remember just bugging out was Blueprint 1 by Jigga. And I remember I went and did my own homework, man. You know, I went and did my own homework. Reasonable Doubt, to me, my favorite rap album. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember after that, I just started fucking with the whole East Coast discography with, you know, all those artists, whoever was cracking at that time. And that's definitely where my influence is from. You know what I mean? I love bars. I love boom bap shit. I'm not knocking the West Coast. We got that bounce. You feel me? We got that gangster shit. But when it comes to the East Coast shit, they really about the bars and really about that just really about that rap. I mean, cause that's the Mecca. You feel me? So just always getting into some shit, man. I was always into music. That shit never went away. You know. I played the guitar growing up, you know, and I still play it to this day. So I mean, music always been there. You feel me?
So what? When did you really start like taking music serious and like actually become an artist?
I was a late bloomer, Brody. I really wish I would have done this shit when I was young. Anyone who tap in with me and follow me, they know like I'm really an OG. You know what I'm saying? I'm the OG, man. But I started later, man, in life. For me, it was fucking around with the homies like anything else, freestyling and shit, you know what I mean? And my cousin was always into rap music, and I would just be the beatbox, you feel me? And then just one day, it's the same shit like anything else. You recording with the homies, and it's just like, man, well, fuck it, let me pen. Then being like, yo, P, man, like, what you doing, bro? I'm like, nigga, I know hip hop, bro. Like, I got the ear. Well, that don't mean you could rap, fool. Like, I'm like, all right, man, you know, maybe you right. I just kept penning and penning. You know, eventually those niggas stopped rapping. We all split up, and I decided to really just pursue the shit. And my first project was called 80s Baby. Without giving my age, you already know. And then I did a seasons compilation where it was Dear Spring, Dear Fall, you know, Dear Winter, Dear Summer.
Now we're back. We back. The dog is back. We gave him a little bit of melatonin. Put his ass to sleep. Bill Cosby his ass. No, we didn't. You could hear him. Cash is super stressed out right now. P is stressed out too.
I'm a little under pressure right now because I'm seeing Cash under pressure. But he got his fit together. He got everything back together.
I'm trying to keep my vibe because I still got a studio shit and I got to be in that.
Yeah, you got it.
In that realm.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So.
Yeah. He's in Bob the Builder realm, aka
Bob the Builder
songwriter mode right now.
On my Tory Lanez Drake I'm doing it all right now.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Podcast, interview, you know what I mean?
Joe Budden. I'm a little stressed out right now.
A little stressed out?
Take
a drink, my boy.
It's all good.
Just take a drink.
Maybe motherfucker lick on my cup.
Probably. It's alright, it's your dog. They say a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they say that, man, but I don't know if y'all want to believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. But then again, we got these humans out here eating ass and shit.
Yeah, that's a different type of time.
You feel me? But the dogs
it's an acquired taste.
Dogs eat ass too.
Oh, that's all they do. I'm bugging. Damn. Yo.
Hey, what time we was at? Remember that day we was at Daly's house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you guys left, we didn't leave till like 3 in the morning.
Oh shit.
Right?
Yeah, y'all was cooking.
And the fucking little dog, was it the little dog? The little dog was licking the other dog's ass while the
I was
other dog was.
that day.
Yeah, you were.
What was I doing?
When the nigga was bleeding.
Well, who was bleeding?
The dog.
Oh,
The dog
I was
bleeding.
not with you that day.
it was both y'all when I was there, bro. And I did the dash, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bro.
Hell no.
Disgusting.
I was fucked up that day. I don't remember that.
You
What
were
are you
probably
talking
tired.
about?
You were probably tired. Disgusting, though.
This is at Daly's crib?
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Daly. We out here exposing right now.
Yeah, dirty ass dogs, Daly.
These dogs licking each other.
Hell dog.
They was both females, too, I think.
Now that what I was gonna say before my fucking dog was, what I was gonna say was you were saying that mixtape that we recently played right now, that was your introduction to Westin.
That was my introduction to Westin. Yeah.
So my introduction to Westin was I remember it vividly. I met about 3 or 4 people that we're good with now. It was at the album release party. For what project was that for?
Had to be
Dangerous Love, right?
Dangerous Love 2.
Dangerous Love 2.
DL2, yeah, for sure.
So I met him in Peru. I met Daly there.
Shout out to my dogs.
I met Rich there.
Shout out to Rich the guest.
And I think the reason why like that was very significant to me was because it was the first time where I heard an Arizona artist or Arizona artists do music that I would want to listen to. Because when I grew up, it was like I grew up in Maryville, right? So it was all nothing but niggas that look like us, but that was doing like the that was doing like the SPM shit, the Magic. So it was so Chicano, where it was like, damn, like. So it was the first time that I seen people that looked like me do music that was outside of
Facts.
what we were known for.
Facts.
Does that make sense?
Hell yeah.
Because I feel like the city, for some reason, for this facade, just because, you know, he's the biggest artist that, as of right now, that has popped off is, you know, MC Magic. So I feel like people around the country just label us that because that's the person that popped off here.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? So it was the first time that I seen somebody where it was like, okay,
Real wavy
shit,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I met him, and kind of like go through like a little bit of a backstory on like how Dangerous Love, as I'd say like a series, was put together.
Man, that shit was I'm known Peru for years. I tell people all the time, that's been my brody before even the music shit. That's been my homie for a minute. He was a club promoter. I was still doing music. I had, man, when I dropped Insomnia, one of my albums, I had an album release party while he was still with Iconic Vibe, you know, and he's still pushing that shit too to this day and getting, you know, he's touching some paper, you feel me? And then one day he had just hit me, man, because he was always tight with Prince. They had did a record together. Shout out to Brody Prince. And then he was like, yo, P, actually, can I send you a record, bro? Like, I just want to hear your opinion. He played it for me. I was like, bro, you kind of remind me of like Amir Obey with like Nav, like in one. He was like, bro, those are the only, like, that's who I really listen to, them dudes. And this been my homie for a minute. I knew he did the record with Prince, but I didn't know he did music. I always knew Peru as from time to time he'll make beats, you feel me? And then just one day, just because we've always been boys, he was just like, P, let's get a record in. All right, no doubt. He came to the crib one day, cooked up a record with me and Black. Shout out to my brody Devontae Black. And one record turned into two turned into me and him going to LA together and booking out a studio. We knocked out probably like 5-6 records over the weekend. And we just were like, you know what? Let's just drop 4 records. What can we call it? And just the type of time that we was on, you know, he was going through some shit with a shorty. I was going through some shit with a shorty. We was like, let's call it Dangerous Love. He was like, all right, bet. Ran it up, we dropped it, shit went crazy. This one SoundCloud was still cracking, and it just went dummy, bro. And I just wasn't even expecting no crazy shit like that, and it really did crazy numbers. And I'm like, yo, I'm bugging out. We really tapped in for a full year and decided to really work on a project. That's when You know, Andre Moore with Los Villain Records, that's always been my dog because of Knicks. You know what I mean? And all them cats over there, those been my homies for years. You know, same with Prince. But D was just like, me and D was just chopping. Yo, just jump on Los. Come and fuck with us. LVR, man. All right, say no more. We stand there with Los Villain Records, DO2, and Cold Summer Music Group, which is Peru's shit at that time. You know what I'm saying? And hella sessions in LA. You know, we did some sessions in Vegas, late night studio sessions here in Phoenix, a lot of Hennesty, a lot of weed, a lot of vibrations of just, you know, good people, whether it be women, we just wanted to make sure the vibrations was right for DO2, and I really feel like we did. We brought that, we set the tone with it. And I told him, I said, man, look, me and you, our names carry too much weight to just do a random drop. We're gonna do an album release party. He said, P, you go find all this shit, I'll just put down the bread. And I said, well, that's what I do, man. You know, I kind of specialize in shit like that. And at that time, Shorty I was with, she helped me, we went and found a spot. I had a couple spots in mind, found it. She was the creative art director behind all this shit and set up everything, and it was perfect, you know, from the VHS to the TV that was playing, to all the stickers, to the candles, to the poster, to the drinks. That was the time, bro. You know, an art gallery, and then we had you. We had my boy Stallion on the boards. I felt like it was only right to really get you on that joint, man, and spinning that night, bro. And you had the cuts, bro. I feel like I didn't have to even tell you, bro. And I said, yo, can you? You said, P, relax. I got this, bro. I know y'all type of time. I got it. So for sure, bro. He had Old Drizzy, Party, Weekend. I mean, you was playing a lot of classics too, you know. So caught a vibe, bro. It was just it was something I never thought could get duplicated. I for sure thought it was nothing that ever got done in the city, and I've been a part of a couple album release parties. You feel me? So I'm real proud of that moment.
That's love, yeah. No, so without you even knowing, so that night definitely inspired us, and we still talk about it to this day with our last event with Lovers Lane. I don't know if you've seen like all the paintings on the wall. But that was our inspiration that night when we walked into that door and we seen the art gallery in the front, and then it turned into, you know, the album release in the back.
Right.
We was like, all right, we needed to look like, you know, we wanted it to look like how
kind of collide the two rooms at that situation into one.
That'd be fine. Yeah.
To where you see an art gallery, but then it's also a vibe at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I felt that. I felt that for surely.
But for sure, like with the vibes, like you said, I already know what type of time you guys were on because that's my vibe as well.
Oh yeah.
As you could tell with like Lovers Lane, and that's just some shit that I always listen to. Like obviously I'm a DJ, but I only play R&B music. That's it.
At that time when I wasn't making music, bro, for them 3 years I was off, I only bumped R&B music. You know what I'm saying? So I just had this crazy idea, and I hit up Black. I said, fam, I think I want to come back. I think I want to do some singing shit. Everybody laughed. Like, P, nigga, what you doing? I said, well, look, y'all said the same shit when I wanted to rap. And still, respectfully, by no means, am I the best singer, but I know how to rap and I know how to sing, but nobody know how to do it like the kid when I combine them together, you feel me? So I know there's motherfuckers that can out-rap me, and I know there's motherfuckers that can out-sing me, but when it comes to putting the two together, like, confidently I can say, no, I'm really that boy, you know what I mean? And it ain't no... I'm saying that respectfully, you feel what I'm saying? And you supposed to feel that way about your craft, bro. Anything you touch, you supposed to feel, you know, like one of them ones. And for me, when it comes to that, like, I'm heavy influenced by rap. I'm heavy influenced by R&B. Fuck is you talking about, meaning I can't do both, bro? Like, that shit just, it was second nature to the kid, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. So what type of advice, knowing that my boy is freshly getting into the music, what type of advice would you give him, knowing that you're already a veteran in the game? What can you give him to kind of be on the path that you're on where it comes to, you know, songwriting, putting out, you know, that wavy shit?
Right. And me and Cash had a few of them. You know, me and Cash, we don't, whether it be Texas or face to face, it's always special cloth with me and you feel me? One of the main things, bro, is just don't listen to none of the outside noise, bro. Don't let no one, because of you being brown or whatever, you know what I mean, or us coming from here, don't let that ever stop you. Don't let that be a wall or a barrier. Let that shit motivate you. Let it build you. Cause Brody, I done took this shit to the East Coast where niggas was like, You from Phoenix? It's a desert cactus out there. Nah, my boy, like I'm in the city. Like we really get busy just like y'all.
Yeah.
So just use that as motivation, man. You know, and then two, work on your craft every day. Don't take no day off, cause there's someone that's just like you and like me and you from our city that's working just as hard as you, if not harder, and that's younger than you. You know, so just stay on your toes at all times, bro, and don't be afraid to put out content.
Yeah.
Anytime you put in so much hard work into some shit, don't hold on to nothing, man. Just drop it, bro.
Sure.
Like drop it for real. And then most importantly, Brody, like I'm sure Stally know how to. He can even obviously I know he can definitely co-sign this. Whatever you do, man, and I know you really want to be an artist, bro. Really fucking give it your all, 100%. Like, it's so cliche, but like really go to the actual studio. I ain't knocking on that records in closets, bro. That's cool. I've been there, done that. But really perfect your craft and take it serious. Get some really good engineering behind it. Get some real bread behind it. Get some real marketing behind it. Get your artwork right. Get your music video right. And make sure the vision is all there. Pull out that whiteboard. Write down all the fucking shit that you want, and then, you feel me? Mark it off. Check it off. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that way when the time come when it to drop, like, I executed everything from A to Z. There's not a better feeling than that. Even if it don't make the noise that you thought out the gate, those is perfect learning lessons, man. And those is curves niggas gotta go through. It might not be perfect in the beginning, B, but that's how it's supposed to be. You know, you ain't gonna just come out the gate and swing. Maybe you might, but there's a good chance that you not. But use that as motivation, bro. As long as you follow all those little steps, and it ain't the right steps. I'm sure people that's gonna watch and be like, yo, he kind of fumbled on this. He could have did cool. But if you just asking me, to me, that's the right recipe. And this is the recipe I got from A&Rs. This is the recipe I got from motherfuckers that's more successful than me. You feel what I'm saying? That are signed. So, I mean, that's just shit I followed. I feel like I haven't missed. I think if you could do it now at the young age that you at, I could see you in the next year, 2 or 2 years, man, really going dummy, really being crazy right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Being in the power position, dog. Word.
So appreciate that, my boy.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I tell them all the time. So I really live my life by like Nip quotes, right? And Nip got a quote. He said, not a quote, but in his song, in one of his songs, he said, "I took an L, but got an E for effort."
Yeah.
And that's it right there. So we don't take no L's, we get E's
Every time.
And that's what I try to tell them all the time. Like, bro, push shit out. It don't matter if you think it's whack or not. Somebody gonna fuck with it.
Fam, because just being afraid, all that's gonna do is it's not gonna help you grow. That's just gonna keep you exactly where you at, and then you wondering like, why the fuck am I in the same situation 30 days later, half a year later, a full year later? Well, Brody, because you ain't take that leap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You really got a chance yourself, bro, because nobody else will. Stallion could tell you a million times, your homies that surround you that make music, or your engineer that, man, you need to drop this. And if you don't, it's only you. Only you can stop you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You the only person that could write Cxssius' story, bro. Nobody else, dog. You feel me? That's between you and God, bro.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I've been able to do is to see the ones that were before me, like, you know, the people that we surround ourselves with, we know who they are, and take a look at what they're doing right, but also take a look at what they're doing wrong or what they're lacking on doing. And just like, I've always been a person to where I can learn from people's mistakes. So it's like, if I see, there's been a lot of times where I've been like, you know, tell certain artists where I'd be like, oh, like, this is what I learned. Maybe if you just did this, it'll work out for you. But, you know, me being 21 and these people being in their 30s, late 20s, they're not trying to hear that shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, cool, I'm not going to tell you no more. I'm just going to show you. At that point, and it's going to be like, so I've told him, bro, I got a big chip on my shoulder just because I know the way we met and the way the circle, you know, the people that we surround ourselves with, how we met. And I was just the nephew. I was just the young nigga around Stallion.
Facts. And
then, you know, turned into a nigga that was reselling shoes, and then did the camera shit, and then now I'm an artist. So it's like, but now it's like, so I knew it was gonna be kind of not difficult, but it was gonna be a little long run of getting that respect. But I feel like you know, the shit that people have heard, whether it's the unreleased shit, whether it's the shit that's already out, it's like, nah, nigga, like, I know that I know that in my, just off my talent alone, that I could be top up there. You know what I'm saying? So
you supposed to feel that way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, basically that's it.
One thing I could tell you guys, just judging by how you talking, right? Just that alone, fam, is gonna set you apart, because I don't even think at the age where I was at with you and being around who I was being around, motherfuckers that could really rap, I wasn't able to even voice my opinion on, like, hey, Brody, maybe you could try this a little bit different.
Yeah.
Oh, man, fuck out of it, little nigga. You don't know what you're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? But with you, I feel like I don't even think anybody would really shun you away, man, because one, I think you got a good ear. Two, I know you have a nice pen. And three, you being that age that you at, having the style that you have, obviously that's the shit that's cracking right now. You feel me? Because I came from the era of Jigga. You in that era of Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? So right now, like, that's the shit motherfuckers really should take notice of and take note of when, even if whether you in a power position, successful or not, like, man, little bro kind of know what he's talking about. Maybe you should listen to him. You feel what I'm saying? Me right now, I don't care to be famous, and I don't even want to be signed to nothing, because my songwriting shit is doing some shit for me right now, and I'm cool with playing the back. I think for you though, I think you can be a songwriter, and I also think you can be like artist front page type shit. You know what I'm saying? So pursue it, bro. Continue to do that. Continue to always learn. Continue to always have your mind just open. Sharpen your pen every day. And just don't take no days off, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, there's times at lunch when I'm at work, I'm penning. You know what I'm saying? There's times when I'm just cooling in the cut and I'm thinking of bars when I'm watching a show. I pull out my notepad and I pen it. Like, that's how in love with music I was, bro. Really just, I only wanted to be like, gotta make sure I got the craziest fit. Don't post nothing. I can't post the same shit twice, you feel me? I gotta have the craziest visuals. How can I set myself apart? Like, always just try to be different, man. Don't try to be don't do what anyone else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I just set the bar, bro. And then once you set it, elevate over that. You know what I'm saying?
So I know you a couple times you said you songwrite. How did you get into songwriting? Like, did someone introduce you to it?
Because I think there's people that don't understand. There's a difference between being an artist and being a songwriter.
Right.
Like, people
break it down to us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So usually how it work is most of the time people want to take pride in their own pen, right? Like, man, I don't need no songwriter. Whoop-de-whoop, cool. I don't gotta write a whole record for you, but what I can do is, I can give you a reference, whether it be me humming on some shit or me fucking around freestyling, because you're gonna end up using the same flow pattern. Whether you use the same words, that's up to you, but you're gonna like the style that I bring to it. So if you can keep pieces from it, cool. I'm gonna get that cut. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to keep it. Now that's the difference in that. And me just finding people that ain't really established, that are just tough, they got the look, can't rap, or they can sing real good but don't know how to write, that's where I come into effect. You know what I'm saying? And I've been fortunate to work with a couple artists, you know what I'm saying, where they was able to just cut off a nice little bread right then and there, and then that person lead me to another person, you know what I'm saying? It's just a domino effect of other things, man, just because of just the position I was in and who I am, man, and them just being like, yo, man, look, bro, kind of go crazy. And at the end of the day, man, I'm a businessman too. So if I'm in the studio, niggas hella smoking and drinking, and if I'm there to pen, I'm there to pen, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to fuck around. You feel me? So that's that.
So would you say you're kind of like done with putting out your own music and going the full songwriting route?
At the moment, yes. And really just trying to pursue songwriting, trying to get my own artists. Me and Cash kind of be talking about them things, and then just being a stylist, bro. Cause I feel the age that I'm at right now and the certain love that I have for things, I hate just being like the face of shit. I don't want to be that. I want to play the back, and I want to get this bread. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I could have someone like I could swag out, I could pen up. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and I don't got to do all that. If I could just, that's my realm. That's the type of shit. I've always been into fashion and I've always been into writing music. So why the fuck can I do both? So I'm doing both. You feel me? So yeah, it's nice right now, man.
So I know you said you took the music, you know, to the other coast, but I know everybody sees you traveling the world, man. What got you into like wanting to travel the world and actually you know, move out there for a couple of months?
Man, that's a good question. Ain't nobody even asked me that joint yet. To be honest with you, bro, I've just always been infatuated with other cultures. It started with ancient civilizations for me, you know. Me just since a kid, bro, I've just been infatuated with just all places around the world. And not that I don't like the U.S., I'm just kind of done with it. I've lived in other places in the other cities and the main cities like LA and NY. I've lived in both, bro. You know what I mean? Really lived in both to where I'm like, and I done traveled. I've been in Chicago, Seattle, Portland, went up to Canada. I was up in, you know what I'm saying? I've been up to Vancouver, all that shit, but I never went overseas. So when I finally got my passport, I was like, you know what? Say this bread up. Me and Shorty gonna slide out, you feel me? And then, you know, the job at the time, I was fortunate and blessed where I was able to work overseas. The hours kind of fucked me up, right? Because over there, they 11 hours ahead.
Yeah, we see you at like 1 a.m. They working this shit.
Right. So I'm up, when it's sun over here, it's pitch black, you know, late 1 a.m. over here, you feel me? So lunchtime for me over here for them, which was, you know, 11 a.m. It's like 7 p.m. over there. So I'm off wine. Like I'm talking, I got the fishbowl wine, you feel me? And out there, I was in Italy. For anyone that don't know, I was in Rome. I stayed in Rome for a little under 2 months. Wine, dirt cheap. Bottle wine, $5. Pasta, $5. So I'm eating good, crazy good. And this is like, it really is how it is, man. Cobblestone streets, right? Buildings hella old, all stuck together, everything's stuck. Tiny little cars. The fashion is just crazy. I really think I'm that nigga here. Out there, it's just these motherfuckers roll out of bed and just drip.
Just walking around.
That's it. And it's just regular, bro. Like effortless. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm seeing shit I never saw before. Like big platform boots. Like I'm laughing in my mind, but I'm like, and now they doing it now here.
Yeah.
And out there, like big flare pants out there. And I'm like, what the and it was here. You know what I'm saying? Big, I mean, they had on like crazy like custom ski masks out there, and now they doing it here. Yeah. And this was a year ago, B. Yeah. A little bit over a year ago from now. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it just go to show like that's really Milan, Italy, bro, is in Paris. Like those are the name, and I was there in Fashion Week, so you can only, I'm thinking I'm out there shitting on niggas stepping, you feel me? Then they out there dripped Balenciaga head to toe with a little bit of streetwear with some, you know, they got their Hermes like shoulder bag or the purse, a man purse, and they just walk around and it's
accessories
regular.
Go crazy on that.
And the accessories are stupid, B.
Real low key.
I seen no one with gold. Everyone had silver. Everyone had on chrome rings and jewelry, and I'm just thinking like, fuck, that's cold, bro. Like how in the fuck, B? Like, I don't know, man. It was motivation, and after that, I couldn't go into Paris because of at the time COVID restrictions, and we know we had our crib out here booked out at Airbnb in Phoenix. So I said, well, fuck, where could we go? Well, I know they wouldn't be bugging out or wilding out. And she's like, you ain't never been to Mexico City? I said, shorty, I ain't never been to Mexico, period. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, they see my skin color. I'm kind of loud when I walk around. Like, it's just because of what I wear. I'm like, they finna catch the boy. And she was like, nah, Mexico City's hella Americanized, right? Yeah. Pop out, nigga, that place is beautiful. It's literally LA and New York, but tropical. Yeah. You know, it was, Mexico City was, that's probably definitely my second home. Rome and them two, there's no comparison, bro. You know, it was a different transition because I was hella coated up, hella layered up with jackets, and then I get to Mexico and the weather's like here. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. So I had to go buy a bunch of shit. The second day I was there, I was like, look, I gotta go to Teotihuacan. I gotta go see the pyramid. Since I was a kid, Giza there. Like, I want to go every pyramid. You feel me? I show up, I'm blown away. You know me. If anyone that know me know I like to always eat good and drink good. I always like to go to wavy shit. We found a cave right around the corner from Teotihuacan, and I'm sipping wine, eating hella shrimp, nigga, fish, all in a cave where the fucking where the Teotihuacanos used to be at, having their food and shit.
That's wild.
It was dummy, bro.
That's actually what I'm doing for my birthday this year. In May, I'm going out there.
Mexico City?
Yeah. I'm going out there,
bro. I
got
some shit for you. Say no more. I got all the bars for you, bro.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, that's one of my. just like you, I'm infatuated with like ancient civilization, Egypt being one of them, and then now,
Absolutely.
now getting into like my roots, you know, from Mexico, and knowing like, hey, not only did Egyptians have pyramids, but we had pyramids as well.
Hey,
and we had them. I feel like we had them first.
Mesoamerica had the first pyramids ever, and we also had the most pyramids in any country. You know what I mean? The whole North America, bro, and in Central America, Brody, we have I mean, motherfuckers could Google this. We have over 500 pyramids more than anything in Africa and Europe put together. We 500 more pyramids more, bro. That's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Some of these ain't even been touched yet.
And the like the structure of it and the like the whole. I know when you're out there, like when you clap, you could hear that shit from a couple miles away.
It's dummy.
And just that type of like technology or like innovation is like light years ahead of what everybody else is doing.
And even before I went there, I already knew the history of shit. I knew about the sun pyramid, moon pyramid, and I knew about the serpent pyramid. Like motherfuckers was really getting beheaded out there, getting bodied. Like I even posted a little joint on my story. I'm like, yo, they bugging. Like niggas was really getting bodied right here. Everyone was just like, yo, P, you wildin'. I'm like, this shit crazy, bro. Like it was really like that. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't know. Always found interest in that shit, and don't get it twisted. Mexico City got some crazy swag, bro. Yeah. I got a couple of stores I was hitting out there faithfully that just had dummy drip. I bought a lot of heaters from out there too.
Somebody was telling me that Mexico City, like, not obviously like we have our own like, you know, that Mexican culture swag. But they was telling me Mexico City, like you said, is like LA and New York, where they got Supreme and Bape and like,
yeah, they got all that, man.
They for sure got a Nike not headquarters, but they got a warehouse out there.
They got
so you could tell the difference between a Nike Dunk from here and a Nike Dunk from Nike, just based off of the size tag and based off of the box sticker. I'm gonna
keep it all the way stacked with y'all. There's a joint over there that's like it's somewhat like Scottsdale, but Lambos around, Porsches around, and they got all the high-end stores, and that's where one of the Nike stores is at. I got this one real wavy store that's about 20-25 minutes outside of Mexico City, and they sell like Babe, Off-White, Palm Angels, and the store is fucking just beautiful, bro. And and they got the Nobu that's right next to it. So I mean, Mexico City is really just like the places we talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't get it twisted. No, yeah, don't get it twisted.
There's a lot of people out here that like. Just from being in the shoe market before, in the shoe industry, there's a lot of people out here that be like buying from overseas, just like it is with the white. You buy shit overseas and you're looking at it, it's like, fuck, these fucking shits are fake.
It's different.
But it's like if you really gotta know, like the difference between, because their box and their shipment is completely different than it is out here.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was in the motherland like that. What's like your favorite country that you've been to?
I'm gonna say Italy, bro. I could definitely see myself moving there in a couple years, man. Even if it's for a year, you feel me? Getting me a nice little cottage, like probably in Rome. You know what I'm saying?
What's the ticket like out there to for the amount of time that you was out there? How much did you have to navigate?
I'll keep it all the way banned, bro. Dinner was cheap. Food was cheap. The groceries is gonna be dumb cheap. It's just about finding like the right rent. The Airbnb I got. I was in the heart and city of Rome. Like I was right next to I was right next to everything. So even the Colosseum, everything was in walking distance. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Trevi Fountain was about a 15-minute walk for me. And I believe my B&B was only, I want to say it was like 700.
A night?
For the month. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was fire, Brody. It was fire.
Motherfuckers that got Airbnbs out here for $700 a night, B.
It's a trip because they have their own water system, fountains on every corner. Like it's called I already forgot. It's been a minute, but it's like a little nose that pops out, and people go and get fresh water. Motherfuckers walk by it and just splash water in it, and it's a fresh water system that's been built since the Romans. Since that time, and it's the same water system that's never failed them, bro.
So it's just like in the front yard when you drink out the water hose.
You got it on every corner, bro. The people just be sipping out of it, and it's fresh, clean water, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah. I was just actually listening to a podcast yesterday, and they said they were talking about like some sort of like hormones that the FDA allows in the water, in the tap water here in America, and I think in certain foods it can only be like 200 whatever. but in the water they're able to do 3,000. So what we're absorbing is like basically what's killing us. You know
Fam, and the hole gets deeper. You feel me? Like it could get spooky when you go down there, because you talking about tap water, and then you talking about the shit that you shower in, the shit that hits your body.
Same shit. You absorbing it, yeah.
Bruh. And see that's probably why I'm trying to bounce. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, when I was not only in Europe, but when I was in Mexico, I saw what real fruit. I've tasted what a real apple tastes like. No, bro, like, and it sounds dumb, like motherfuckers gonna laugh on camera, but I really tasted what real like fruits and vegetables taste like without no GMO, without no even non-GMO.
Organic shit that they
I
sell
think
here?
shit still gets sprayed up, you know. But even when they say organic, my boy, I still don't believe it, because everything's still waxed, everything's still coated with other shit. Like when I was out there, bro, I lost my fucking mind. I was like, this tastes crazy. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? But it really tasted crazy, bro. And I was like, yo, it's just shit like that we take for granted. You had no idea. You feel what I'm saying?
So the food, not only obviously in Mexico, like the food is amazing.
Like A1.
But like in Italy and Rome and all, how was the food out there? Did it taste different from here? How was McDonald's out there? Did you?
Look, bro, when you go overseas, one of the most common things, it's like an unknown myth. Like it's like almost an unspoken rule. You have to try McDonald's when you overseas. Grass-fed beef. Sprite didn't taste like Sprite. It tasted healthy. The fries, fresh, like light salt, light pepper, but it just tastes. You didn't even need no ketchup. That's how good the fries were. And the burgers, fresh lettuce, fresh tomato. Like I was bugging out. And even on the order menu, it doesn't have a United States flag. It shows the English flags for English. So it showed like the UK flag, and it was like Spanish. It showed Spain for, where you could read it like Espanol. Like they showed a little Spain flag, because there's people that are all from these countries that go there and shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I was probably fucking up McDonald's like twice a week because it was so cheap and it tasted so fucking good. Even the sodas out there, bro, the Coke and the Sprite didn't taste like our Coke and Sprite.
Yeah, we know that off top. Mexico's Coke and Sprite just be tasting.
Yeah, and even then when I was there too, and I was like, damn, it tastes just as good as Europe. I was bugging out. And then you come back here, you sip it, throw it all on fire, pause,
sugar out here.
Yeah, and I'm just like, God damn, bro, what the fuck? But I don't even drink soda in general. But when I was there, I was like, gotta fuck it up.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
So I figured that out when I first started going to Mexico, or like going to the taco trucks or whatever, hearing the term like Mexican Coke, and just me always being curious. I'm like, why the fuck does it taste different?
It does.
It's because America allows high fructose corn syrup, and these other countries don't. Because, it kills us basically. But all right. So you're talking about you want to move out of the U.S. soon. Where like you would go to Italy, Rome again? Like that's where you would stay, or would you try somewhere else?
I'll go to Rome, Italy, no questions asked, bro. Health system, the healthcare over there is A1, right?
Is it free?
It is free for them over there. Yep.
That's how you know you're a grown man. You just start talking about.
Hey,
he said that, and I was like, "Oh, word!" Like I wasn't.
But we gotta care about that. Hey, out here, like you wouldn't even care to even. I mean, we talk about it, but when you hear that, it's like, bing, like, oh, what? Word? Free healthcare? Like, oh, nigga, that shit matter, bro.
I was talking about Pops one day, and we started talking about 401ks and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm getting old.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was just the other day at the job, just peeping 401k, retirement, investing in stocks. I'm like, B, who the fuck am I? Like, you know what I mean? Then you Googling shit, and you're like, man, then you trying to call one of the homies, like, hey, bro, so what's the word with whoop-de-whoop? And before you know it, it's big grown man vibes. You feel me? I'm already knowing, dog.
That's crazy. So let's get back to the music. What's like one of you ever did a trash like feature?
Like with somebody, or like where my verse was trash?
No, they were trash.
You don't have to try to put me on the spot, man.
Who?
Nah. It's been a minute because I'm very selective, you know.
Absolutely.
For the people I do charge, them, you know, those are usually not my cup of tea, but they pay the ticket, so I usually go crazy. But usually the homies that reach out like, Wes, let's do a joint. It's because it's a mutual respect, you know. I definitely, that means I fuck with their music and I fuck with what they do. And I always try to tap into their world. You know, most of the features I do are always rap records. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even, if it's a trap joint, I'm still blacking out. I'm still going dummy. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a minute since I did a week one for sure. It's been a minute.
How do you feel about charging features? 'Cause I have my thoughts on it, but how do you feel about that?
At the end of the day, I mean, nigga, this is also a living for me. It's this time.
Yeah.
Recording time ain't free, you know, for the time that I'm putting in, because most of the time, and and y'all can edit this however y'all want to edit. There's not really an artist here that I feel can put me in a position already bigger than when I'm at, you know? There's only a couple artists that are signing, the homies that are signing, I'm solid with them niggas, you feel me? So there ain't no artist here that could be like, man, West charging. It's just like, cuz if I do this record with you, you off top, you're gonna get 20, 25, maybe 30 followers out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And that don't sound like nothing, but that's something, bro. That's one follower you ain't have. And I'm gonna lobby 25, 30 of them joints. You feel me? And then you gonna probably get some plays. You're gonna get motherfuckers like, oh, who Brody? And then I gotta give niggas the rundown. Oh, that's so-and-so from the south side. Oh, that's Brody from the west side. You know what I mean? You go check out his catalog, because that's how I'm built. I'll be like, go peep his last tape. That was, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I move. But you know, I also work. I can't say I even work with budgets. My time is my time, bro, and my rate is my rate. If you fuck with it, cool. If you don't, nigga, you don't spend some crazier bread on some dumb shit. But if you want to invest in your craft and you want to get a Western record, like, I'm gonna get you right one, and then I'll even tell you, look, I'll promote it, and this is the price we're gonna do it. And if you need artwork, I got this. Oh, you need a videographer, I got this. You need a shooter, or I got this. I'm gonna bring you everything that I got, because I'm not gonna put out some shit that I ain't gonna stand behind, or it's gonna be a mid pack. If we're gonna do a record, my boy, the rollout gotta be A1. You know what I'm saying? So
it's more so you're not even paying for the feature, you're paying for that network.
I'm giving you the whole package. Yeah. You feel me?
Like to be in your presence comes with a lot of responsibility.
It's bro, and I don't want motherfuckers that watch this and be like, oh, he nigga on his high horse. No, absolutely not. It's just, again, it goes to what I was telling Cash. If you take your craft seriously, nigga, you want to be the best, bro. Anything if I'm putting my time and effort behind shit that I'm pushing out and doing, why the fuck wouldn't I want it to be 100 right out the gate? You got me bugging if you think I'm gonna do 99% on some shit. No, that shit gonna be 110 off rip.
I definitely feel what you're saying too, because that's kind of how I am. Like, we all at the same level right now. And when he first started coming into this world, or to this like industry per se, he was trying to figure out what he was gonna do. And I'm telling him, like, bro,
it's not even that. I would say I've always had the God-given talent to sing. Right. It was like I've always I even told I forgot who I think I told Daly or somebody, but I was like, damn, bro, I always wanted to be an artist, but it was to the point where it was like, damn, well, maybe if I just do this first, and then like try to find a way to do this, and then to get to that point, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like hiding and like keeping that away from everybody first. But he knows I've always been trying to record, bro. Yeah. But it was to the point to where it was like I was still in that
shell, yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah.
But I had to tell him, like, I've already put the groundwork in, bro, to where I know these people already, right? And not necessarily like just on a like, hey, what's up? Like, nah, like, we really tapped in. And when you're coming around, you got to take advantage of that, because there's so-and-so down the street that wishes he knew P, that wishes he knew Stally, that wishes he knew Daly, that wishes he knew, Vino, Corey, P, everybody. And I'm like, bro, take advantage of this, make these connections, network with these people, and because, yeah, they know you, that's Stally's little nephew, that's the little homie, but then once you show them, you got to make a name for yourself. Yeah. And then it's gonna be like, nah, that's Cash. That ain't. We forgot that was Stally's.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
And so that's what they paying for. They're not paying for just the feature alone. But
you're absolutely 100%. Right, 100%, bro.
I think the way I feel about that is that like that explanation, I can live with that. You feel what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people out here that just charge just to charge, and it's like, bro, my fucking brand and like my pen is worth way more than a fucking check. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So I would never charge for a feature, even when I'm up there. I would never charge for a feature. If I don't fuck with your shit, I'm not gonna do it. If I don't,
you say that
if
now.
I can't hear it,
you say that now, my nigga. Watch when that one hits you.
But I think I've heard. But it's because I've heard like the greats. Like I really follow Russ, and he's always telling me like, yo, like he's like, yo, I have yet to ever charge for a feature, and I would never work with somebody that would charge me for a feature, because it's like at that point. Yes, there's people that this is the way they feed. This is the way that they feed their kids and feed their families and shit. But at the end of the day, you need to put the art before anything else. So that explanation that you said was off top. That because it's songwriting at the end of the day.
I'll tell you right out the gate. I said that shit too, and I said that, and I was doing it for years until I stopped doing it for years. Yeah. You know what I mean? I said, yo, hold up, bro. Like I'm putting niggas in some positions right now. I'm like, well. If I was able to do that, and then I did this, and I was able, man, hold the fuck up. I should be doing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then so I did, and then you know, the numbers just started going up, and no one's turned it down today, still to this day, you know. And it's a fair rate, you know. If motherfuckers want to tap in with me, they can DM me, and we can talk about it. But it's always negotiable, and it's always down the table, and it's like it's what you said. I will always put the art before that, especially if I fuck with you. Say we just chop and it's a solid one-on-one. Maybe I don't, you know. But if it's something I'm like
if it's not organic,
yeah, and it has to be, you know. Or let's just say if it's semi-organic and it's I semi-fuck with your music, my boy, you gonna. It is what it is, bro. Because I am a business, you know. Firm on that, bro. Firm on that, man. Like it's. And it ain't even like that I'm eating major off of it. That's my time, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, anytime I do something, I never reuse a verse from someone else's shit. I'm writing fresh, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna be fresh paper every time.
I feel you.
What So here we at the end of every episode we do a mental health check, right?
Word. We basically talk about it.
We talk about like how we was feeling. Throughout the week. I know everyone knows that you just kind of go off the grid for a while.
Yeah.
I thought this nigga blocked me. I was like, the fuck did I do to this?
Every now and again you go off the grid.
I hit you. I was like, why this nigga block? Like, what's up with your boy? Like, why you block me for?
And this last time you went off the grid, I kind of feel bad at myself because typically I tap in with you and like, yo,
you usually do. Yeah.
You know, hope everything's good. Yeah. This time, this last hiatus you took, I didn't really tap in. And I kind of felt bad, you know, tapping in last minute and be like, yo, I got this event and not, you know what I'm saying, before that. But what's your mental health like? Why do you take these hiatus and kind of go off the grid?
Well, first and foremost, you always do tap in with me. And when you do, it's always real love. When you check in, it's P, man, I hope you straight. You know, I hope you good. What's up with you, bro? Like, what's new, man? How's the music? Just checking it. Like, it's, you know what I mean? You do that. So don't even worry about it this time. You know what I'm saying? Because you usually do that. But just to what I was saying earlier, man, I'm over the spot. I don't want to be in the front. I don't want to be the face of shit. I hate social media. You know, I'm really over all that shit. I kind of just went through some personal shit. And the kid I felt the best situation for me was how I always cope with shit is just going ghost off everything. Going, you know, going ghost off the grid, really just being ducked off, tucked away. And just, and not even, I'm depressed or anxiety. I don't deal with none of that stuff. And I know people that do, right? For me, I just like to be around family. I really enjoyed the last few months, I can't say the last 12, I've really enjoyed my me time. And really just growing on my own and really just like healing, whether it be reading, whether it be me doing some yoga, whether it be me meditating, whether it be me penning. I won't be outside. I won't really be around no one. I really won't sip. I rarely smoke, you feel me? But that's just my way of coping with shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then until I get my mind right and until life aligns back up and shit starts to make sense again. And I only came back because one of the other homies dropped the podcast. So I'm gonna, his shit I wanted to promote. I'll stay for your shit, promote it for a little bit. And then I told myself this time around, I really am gonna take off for a little bit just cause I'm over this shit, yo. Yeah. Y'all know how it go, man. It's just post the fit. And then, if you with a shorty, it's the bullshit that come with that because of other girls. And then, the homies gotta always be liking. You gotta just be reposting, showing love, seeing who's on what. And then it becomes addictive, right? Before you know, you just scrolling and you on it for 30 turns in an hour turn. You're like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like, that's not how I like to spend my time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And IG just wicked. We don't even got to get into it. It's just spooky play. So, I'm just over all that shit, bro. You know what I mean? I already deleted I had my Twitter for like 6-7 years. I deleted it last October. I'm like, P, when you coming back? Yeah, I can't. Even if I want to do it, it's disabled, it's gone. And I don't miss it. And I feel like IG's kind of going that way. However, I do enjoy TikTok. I feel like it's informative. I feel like I learn a lot of shit from there. You know what I'm saying? Because of the shit that I like, obviously I'm in tune with it. So them things will pop up on my page. So I really be learning shit. IG though, that shit is oversaturated.
Yeah, IG is crazy. I definitely felt like the TikTok wave. I'm really starting to get heavier on TikTok. Just because, like, bro, you can go viral faster on TikTok.
That shit's fun, bro.
And I've been viral on both platforms, multiple times. We went viral on the pod, but like when you go viral on TikTok, and you hit 100, 200, 300,000, like the followers really come in.
They start adding.
When you hit that on Instagram, it's like, yeah, you might get 30, 40,
I was about to say less than 100 for sure.
And I'm like, oh, we gotta go back to TikTok.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Instagram is more so like just watching you. They just want to watch you. Like they don't really want to show love.
I agree.
How's your mental health been this week?
Man,
today you've been stressed the fuck out.
Stressed the fuck out today, but shit like that. I even had to go in the room and be like, yo, just chill, like relax, bro. It ain't that big of a deal. Cause you see me right now, I was like about to flip. I walked on this fucking dog, but I was like, yo, bro, just chill. Like you about to have the studio session, like relax. So other than that, you know what I'm saying, my mental health has been straight. You know what I mean? I've been very like we said last part. I've been very just inspired, very very motivated. I had a battery packed in, you know what I'm saying, in my back to get this music out. I think my mental health has been a lot more better too, just because I started coaching again. The season came back up. I'm really into sports, basketball, football. Like niggas could really see me on the court, but that's another story for another day. You know what I'm saying? And I just love, like I told you, it helps me fill a void that I didn't have when I was little. You know what I'm saying? Being there for these kids that maybe don't have a pops, or they do have a pops, but their pops isn't really into sports, and so they just really want somebody that can bond with them in sports. You know what I'm saying? So that has made me feel a lot better. And again, bro, I'm just really like trying to get this music out. I'm really excited for this EP. About to finish it up today. About to shoot a short film for that. So at the end of the day, bro, I'm just very motivated, very inspired, and my hopes are up, bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds solid, my brother. I think it start with that though, Cash. Like really, if you start incorporating things that you love and you make it routine, that's gonna play a heavy effect in your pen. It's gonna play a heavy effect in all the dreams and aspirations, man. And please, bro, choose your time wisely of where you put your energy, whether it be the people, the company you keep, and the time that you spend. When we're talking about social media, just make sure you're aware of all them things, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really be aware and acknowledge them things, man, because any negative thing, man, it could fuck it up, man. But also one positive, good thought right when you start off the morning can also set the tone for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's really real, because I deal with that on a daily basis too. So I just started journaling maybe a few months ago.
Fire, bro. Fire.
And that really like helps me release. I hit the treadmill. That'll help me release.
Good.
Cause I really be going through a lot of shit that nobody really knows about except like this guy and then, you know, the intermediate families.
Bro was about to be gone for a minute.
And that's why I stopped. Like I was telling you before, I stopped drinking. So my mental health been everywhere. I really got real spiritual. I need to get into like the meditation part of the day, but
man, you on a good start already, bro, and that'll come later. But what you doing right now, that's perfect.
And don't get me wrong, I do fall off, like, you know, cause so one of my goals this year is to read the whole Bible, right? So we've been in going to church, like, you know, for the last couple of years, but I really dived into it like last September, October, and after the whole situation I was telling you about,
right?
And so when I read it in the morning, like you said, it puts that positive thought, and just knowing like I'm doing something positive, I'm getting some knowledge, or like
it starts with that, bro.
And bro, it
starts with, it's so important.
Yeah, and when I do fall off and I like skip a day or something, like I could tell the difference from like my energy level.
Yeah, you definitely
know what I'm
tell.
saying? And I'll just be like driving, like, damn, why the fuck am I feeling like this?
Right.
But and then I have to remember, like, you ain't do that this morning.
Look, man, the acknowledgement is the first step, though. When you still move and navigate through the day and don't acknowledge it and you stay hot and tight, then that's a disaster. You know what I mean? That's you already on the path of destruction. For you to acknowledge it, though, in the morning, man, I got to double back, or I got to get on it tomorrow morning. I'm gonna force myself, because nigga wake up and just really battle, like, man, do I really want to journal today? Do I really want to get my yoga and stretching today? No, motherfucker, like, you really have to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's no conversation. Like, you got to do it.
Yeah, it sets the tone, and you're in a better mind space, you know, for sure.
What's crazy is, like, when we all work, right? We all got a regular job. So when we go to work, like, the job itself provides like the structure, right? You got to be here at this 8 a.m. in the morning. You take your lunch at this time, then you leave at this time, and we don't question nothing. We there, right? But in the morning when we tell ourselves, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," we start to question ourselves.
Right.
We start to say like, "Nah, I can wait till tomorrow." So that means we show that's a lack of respect for ourselves, and we respect someone else's dream, and we don't respect our dream enough. So that's something that I put in my head.
I love that, man.
All the time, and like, nah, I gotta show myself the same respect I show this employer.
That's solid.
To be able to, like, you know, start to work for myself in the future.
Yeah, if you tight with them and then you get backed up and then you got a whole 8-hour, 9-hour shift and you just sitting there hot, tight as hell. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all for even just bringing up mental health, man. That's an important thing today. Not today, but that will be going forward for the rest of my life.